Well, I'm sure most of you will know the storied 2005 Indianapolis Grand Prix, but for those of you that have sort of never watched the Indy 500 or have not been fans of Formula 1 for very long, Indy, one of the weirder tracks that was on the F1 calendar, so of course basically known as I think it's the worldwide racing centre, or racing capital, isn't it? The month of May is an absolutely wild one here in Indianapolis, but yeah, safe to say Formula 1, of course, it should have been a match made in heaven. Indianapolis, Formula 1, could have been brilliant. Wasn't in the end, and that was unfortunately due to the tyres. So I'll give you guys the quick little story. I feel like it's basically impossible to come here and not sort of give you a rundown. So, as you might have noticed from this game, we've mentioned it a couple of times before, there's actually two tyre manufacturers, which you don't get in Formula 1 now. Obviously, nowadays, it is just Pirelli that do all the tyres. Back then, it was Michelin and Bridgestone. Now, Bridgestone also, through their American counterpart Firestone, do the tyres for IndyCar. So when the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was repaved back in 2005, it was diamond cut, I believe. Michelin had no idea of this, and unfortunately when they got here with Formula 1 cars, their tyres kept exploding. And Bridgestone, of course, through Firestone, knew how bad the track was going to be for Formula 1 tyres, so they brought in some really, really hard ones for the weekend. Now, there were only 3 teams using Bridgestone tyres in 2005. Ferrari, Jordan, and Minardi, who became... they are now Toro Rosso in this game. Obviously, we are effectively Jordan, if you will, a spiritual successor. Obviously, Toro Rosso and ourselves haven't really scored points this season, so that kind of doesn't matter. Ferrari, though, absolutely have. So when the teams asked to either not run the race or make the race a lot slower, Ferrari said no. So every car that wasn't a Jordan, a Minardi, or Ferrari just never raced, pretty simply. So that's why you've probably seen that iconic shot of 6 cars on the grid. It would be Ferrari's only win that season. It was this corner that caused all the problems as well. That's a very, very abridged version of the tyre scandal of Indianapolis 2005. As I'm actually picking up a nice draft off the wall by the looks of it. But yeah, we've got a couple of laps in. A 15.6, I've got no idea sort of how competent that is. We'll run some more though, just to make sure I'm up to pace. And then obviously we will work our way from there. But story time with Matt for you, ladies and gents.